So I was talking to Carol this morning, a student at Calhoun High School, and I shared with her that I was going to go and shoot videos today. So I asked her if she would mind giving me a question, and her question was just simply this: what if? Well, actually, she didn't say what if. Isn't that funny? She said, "Why is everyone selfish? Why are people so selfish? Why do I see so many selfish people around me?" And so I just thought, wow, that's an incredible question. You know, I think about my life, and I think about everything that I've done, and I think about, all the times that I talked my mom into giving me something I needed because I wanted it, regardless of whether she could give it. I remember all the times that I would call friends and have them come over knowing that they had the things that I wanted to do, and I wouldn't have been able to do them had they not been there. So I just created some situation to where they would show up at my house, but really it was just to get what I wanted. Have y'all ever done something like that? There's so many things that we've done, that we do, that we will do, completely out of a place of selfishness. And what is selfishness? Selfishness is just seeking something for your own good, for your own glory, for your own betterment. And unfortunately, our culture is just filled with selfishness. And I think the most selfish mentality is this: I can do what I want, whenever I want, however I want, because it's my body, it's my mouth, it's my life. And so if you don't like it, then forget you. That's how we live. And we have no regard to how what we do, say, act, or feel will affect anyone, which means we live in complete and total selfishness. And I'm not above that. I'm not outside of that. I guarantee you there's something I've done today that was selfish. And we're selfish. Now, what we can seek to do is become less selfish, but the only way that we can become less selfish, less self-centered, is if we first can just accept the reality that we have been selfish, and then confess outwardly that we are selfish. And it's okay to do that. And if you would just do that right now, I guarantee you would feel lighter. You may feel some shame, but once you hear what I have to say next, you won't. And so here's the thing: if you'll just accept that you may be selfish, then you can all of a sudden experience truth that will lead you out of that. But first, let's read this. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 through 5. It says this. This is Paul writing to Timothy. "You should also know this, Timothy, that in the last days, which we're in, there will be very difficult times. For people will only love themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at God, disobedient to their parents, and ungrateful. They will consider nothing sacred. They will be unloving and unforgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control. They will be cruel and have no interest in what is good. They will betray their friends, be reckless, be puffed up with pride, and love pleasure rather than God. They will act as if they are religious, but they will reject the power that can make them godly. You must stay away from people like that." Now, that describes a person who's completely selfish. That's why he said to stay away from those people. That person was just encouraged to stay away from selfish people. And do you know why we're selfish and how we get selfish? And the proof of a selfish mentality? And this might hurt, but it's the lack of God. And this is what it says in 1 John chapter 4, starting in verse 7. It says, "Dear friends, let us continue to love one another, for love comes from God. Anyone who loves is born of God and knows God." For us to come to a place to where we would actually love one another or love God greater than ourselves, we have to know God first. Because we'll never love someone greater than ourselves if we don't encounter someone greater than ourselves, which will compel us to love others greater than ourselves. In other places in Scripture, it says to love others as you love yourself. And if we love ourselves so much, that's how much we should love others. In Ephesians chapter 6, it tells men to love their wives as much as they love their bodies, because no one would take care of their body and hate it. And so, if you are someone who thinks that the world revolves around you, which is the question that I have not even asked yet. The question is, what if you are not the center of the universe? What if the world does not revolve around you? If you are someone like that, realize that it's because God is not a part of your life, even if you think He is, because you have not embraced His love, and His love would compel you to love others. So here's the question again. What if the world does not revolve around you?